Antonio Brown's not in the building today. He won't be practicing. I don't have any more information for you right now. And when I have some and it becomes appropriate, you guys all get it, I promise you. But that's it for today.
I'm emotional about it. I hope you understand why. I think a lot of this guy. I think Antonio is a great receiver. And I think deep down, I think he's a really good guy. So I'm frustrated. I'm not going to say any more about it. Hope it all works out. But I don't have anything official to say about anything else until I get all the facts. And that's what I'm going to do.
Oh my gosh, Antonio Brown, every time we think it's under control, it blows up again. And this incident that both Mike Mayock and John Gruden were addressing on Thursday, it has its roots in Wednesday's decision by Brown to put on Instagram a fine letter he had received from General Manager Mike Mayock, indicating that he was being fined $53,950. Antonio Brown wasn't happy about that. There was an incident at practice on Wednesday where Antonio Brown had to be physically restrained from Mayock. It started with chirping. Mayock said, my understanding is to Brown, look, we just prefer that you handle this stuff internally. It escalated. Vontaze Burfict, of all people, reportedly was one to hold back Antonio Brown. And Brown sent home, wasn't there yesterday. This all came out on Thursday with news from ESPN that the Raiders are planning to suspend Antonio Brown, which means he's not suspended yet. No. Which means, I think, Chris, and I believe this now, it's been almost 24 hours. There's an effort, one last chance. Is this guy going to comply? Is he going to grovel? Is he going to do what he has to do to make this right and understand going forward he's going to be down to his final opportunity to be all in instead of all out.
We think their last opportunity. This is strike 47 now we're on, okay? And you still have a head coach who's defending him. And he's still, Antonio Brown's hearing that and going, oh, the coach is still in my corner.
So you're saying there may be more than one final opportunity?
I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. Just like I got to see a lot of things in the NFL. But, I mean, again, I think John Gruden's overflowing love for the player here is also playing into the situation where Antonio Brown goes, man, the red carpet's out for me. The coach loves me. He's my guy. I mean, all he does is talk to me and placate to me, and I'm the man. And Mayock's trying to go, holy crap, we got to get control of the organization here in the locker room. What the hell is going on? And I understand where Mike Mayock might be like, this is not, I mean, we know Mayock enough. You know him probably better than I do, but he is an old school guy. I mean, this is not the kind of locker room or organization he wants to deal with. And yeah, I mean, are we really shocked by this?
No. And if Gruden wants to give Antonio Brown another chance or more, at some point, does Gruden have to choose between Antonio Brown and Mike Mayock?
I don't think he does. I mean, I hope he doesn't. I would think at this point,
but if you're Mayock, at some point, aren't you saying, damn it, John, I didn't come
he's going to have that
to deal with this kind of crap. I can go back to NFL Network. Right? I don't need this.
Yeah, no.
I would be saying that.
I get it. And I would think Mike Mayock said that. I don't think he's scared to say that to anybody. I really don't. So I would imagine that conversation has gone down. I think Gruden, more than anything, is the guy that's going to have to be stern with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, I think at this point would realize John Gruden loves him. He wanted him there. He's the reason he's on the Oakland Raiders and got the $30 million guaranteed. But I also think John Gruden has to be the guy, just like, you know, you do as a father sometimes. You got to be, hey, I love you, son, but this is how you're supposed to act. And if I'm going to raise you the right way, I got to teach you things that you might not like and not might like me for it right now at this moment. But in the big picture of the team, your life, everything, this is going to help us and you personally. And I think that conversation has to go down. It really does, because they're going to lose control of the locker room. We talked about it before. I mean, they told him not to go yesterday. Don't be there, because they're afraid he's going to get in the locker room. They got a lot of young, you know, impressionable guys who are going, well, this is what you do in the NFL, and they want to be friends with Antonio Brown because he's cool and he's on Instagram and he's driving Lamborghini SUVs and he's got a lot of the things all the players strive for in the NFL, and they're going to kind of look at him and go, whoa, this is what happens in the NFL.
David Carr, the older brother of Derek Carr, said on NFL Network yesterday that according to Derek, the team captains went to John Gruden and said, whatever you decide is fine. He stays, he goes, whatever is fine.
There you go. So that tells you a little right there.
Right. So we still don't know what's going on with the situation, and nothing has changed really in the last 12 hours. If John Gruden was fully aware of all the warts, if there was no effort by Mike Tomlin to to downplay, to conceal anything.
Yeah.
And Gruden knew everything that Tomlin had ever dealt with. You think John Gruden still would have said, I can fix this guy, I can change this guy?
I do. I don't think it would have scared him. Now, this is part of the greatness of John Gruden, too. I mean, John Gruden is great with personalities. He's got great personality. When you are a good player on a football team, okay, Gruden can make you feel like you're that special, and hey, I'm going to make special plays for you, and he can really empower you that way. And he was great that way at communicating and doing things like that when I was playing for him in Tampa Bay. But I do think he has the ultimate confidence or self-confidence in myself to go, oh, okay, I've heard some of the horror stories, but I'm pretty good with people, and I know how to work with these big-time star baller-type players.
Except Keyshawn Johnson.
Well, yeah, okay, but that was a little different because Keyshawn wasn't the baller that Antonio Brown is, and that's no disrespect to you, Keyshawn. Keyshawn is a really good football player, but come on, Antonio Brown's like first ballot Hall of Famer right now as far as what he's done on the football field, and I do think Gruden is the kind of guy that has the self-confidence, the arrogance, whatever you want to say, to go, oh, I heard all the horror stories, but I've seen the guy practice. I see the juice he brings to the football field, and I see what he's doing on the field when I watch film, and it's special, and I can make it work with this guy. I think he is capable of doing that.
You raise an interesting question. Yeah. Antonio Brown, I have to look at his career stats.
Yeah.
If he's just done and no one else touches him,
right,
and he can't establish a foothold anywhere else in the NFL, I don't think he's got enough.
You don't think he's got enough?
I'd have to look at it.
I got to look, too.
I don't think XFL stats are going to count.
No, well, no.
Wouldn't it be something if that's where he ends up? Although he has to undergo a fundamental change, because he has undergone a fundamental shift throughout the course of this year,
right,
where he just no longer complies. He no longer plays along, and he's got to get back to that point, or he's never going to be on another football team.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.